There are roads of Indonesia which are unknown to most. Roads that take us up to the mountains, in the unexplored local villages, where delicious local food is served on the streets alongside hot drinks to fight the cold weather. Roads that take us to stunning croplands, growing the freshest tropical fruits.
So tasty, brothers.
I've never tried this before, so... Hello!
And to local barbecue places, full of charm and dishes for the most intrepid.
This is the special things. It's the pig sauce, the blood sauce.
Now here in the small town of Berastagi, the food activity starts very early in the morning with local people, office workers and civil servants just storming into the breakfast places to have what they typically have for breakfast, like curries, lontong, rendang. Very beautiful atmosphere, feels very local, very authentic. There is a television and people are just enjoying their coffee, their curries.
What country are you from?
From Italy.
Oh, Italia. Inter Milan, Juventus.
Inter Milan.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the lontong has finished, so I'm gonna get some chicken curry. But in the meantime, I want you to focus on this milk tea with egg. They mix the tea with the condensed milk, which is a typical thing here in Indonesia, and they crack an egg. The result is this very creamy beverage, which is hot and it's warming, which is fine because the weather outside is quite cold. This looks very delicious. Yeah, you get the taste of the milk, but also this kind of creaminess of the egg yolk. It's very soothing. And I did get my grilled chicken with a little bit of sambal, a little bit of peanuts mixture, some noodles and some rice and some crisps as well. Just want to try this kind of peanut sauce. I'm not really sure. It looks very spicy. Yeah, it's spicy, it's peanutty, hint of cassava leaf as well. Let's get a little bit of the chicken into the rice, some peanutty and spicy mixture over it, maybe some noodles as well. It's obviously a very nutritious kind of breakfast, a lot of proteins for a good start of the day. And you can add some of the crisp to the rice as well, a little extra texture. And even if in Berastagi the harvesting is more about fruit and vegetables rather than the rice is still obviously like a staple of the typical cuisine, and people have rice 2 to 3 times per day.
It's too cold in Berastagi for rice crops. Most of the rice actually comes from the nearby city of Medan. What the small village really shines in is the incredible variety of fresh tropical fruits. From the local famous Berastagi fruit market, tropical fruit is dispatched all over North Sumatra, including this weird fruit covered in snake skin.
It's called snake fruit.
Snake skin fruit? Or salak in local. Taste it, brother.
Oh, by the way, this is Hendra, the local and passionate tour guide.
Okay, let's try this. I've never tried this before, so... Hello!
How it is?
It's a little bit sour.
Okay.
Yeah, like a green apple kind of texture, but then it's a little bit sour. Hello!
Half kilos.
Okay.
For 10,000 only. Rupiah.
Thank you.
Mangosteen.
Yes.
Mangosteen. Take 1 kilo.
No, 1 kilo is too much for him.
No.
No special, no special tourist, same tourist.
Same tourist. Same price.
Bule price.
35.
35,000. 35,000.
Whenever I see mangosteens, I kind of need to buy some. But obviously, if we go by buying half a kilo of every fruit that I want to try here, it's gonna be mad. But the atmosphere is really nice. It's full of local people, and the smell of natural fruit in the air is intense. There's literally every fruit you can ever imagine here.
So there's 2 type passion fruits in Indonesia. This is the big one. We call it Bandung. Bandung passion fruit.
Bandung is in
City lah in Java.
Java.
West Java. Another one is pretty small, just like this. It's grow here also, but it's sour. This is the sour passion. Did you ever try it?
All the passion fruit I had so far, it's been sweet, but this is apparently a special variety which is sour.
So you eat these things. This is the sour one. One's for you, one for me.
Thank you, man.
So tasty, brother.
Okay. And this is
Bro, bisa lah dicoba ya.
Sour, no sweet.
This is a bit sour ya, bro.
what's the name of this thing?
This we call it terong belanda here, brother.
Okay.
Terong is a eggplant. You know eggplants, the long
Yeah,
one?
It doesn't really look like an egg.
Yeah, of course. You cut the tip one like this, or you bite it, and you eat it. You press it into your mouth. Put like
press
this.
it?
Yeah, press it.
Okay. In my
Press.
mouth.
Yeah, press like really press it. Good, huh?
So you don't eat the rest of this thing?
No, bro. Only inside.
It's such a waste.
It's how to say. It's not sour. It's bitter, brother.
Hendra told me that I should try some local roasted meat next. But he warned me that local people can have interesting hunting and eating habits. In the town of Berastagi, the dominant ethnic and linguistic group are the Batak people. They live in these boat-shaped houses, and apparently they like roasting dogs. The government of Indonesia has actually made eating dogs illegal, but we are thousands of miles away from the capital, Jakarta. And Batak people won't give up on dogs. It's part of their traditions. For them, dog meat improves the stamina and can even cure diseases. So dog meat sellers are everywhere, and stray dogs remain a rare sight.
Here in the town of Berastagi, the population is actually split 50% like Christian and 50% Muslim. Actually, Christian might actually even be a majority. So in the streets, in the warungs of this place, pork is actually much more common than what you would find, for example, in Medan. The specific pork that they make is called Babi Panggang Karo, traditional way of cooking of roasting the pork. The pork is first seasoned with lots of kind of spice, lemongrass, galangal. Obviously, we're gonna have it with some rice. This part of Sumatra, they like to serve with rice. I think it's chicken broth actually, just to kind of season the rice and make it a little bit more tasty.
This is the special things. It's the pig sauce, the blood sauce.
So we also got like a very fancy dipping sauce, pretty much pig blood, a little bit of chili and lemon. You get this kind of piece of pork. It's been roasted very nicely. Cassava leaves.
This is cassava leaves steamed with the coconuts and some seasonings also.
Absolutely love how the pork has been roasted. Like it's nice and crunchy on the edge. There's a string of fat. Your typical pork belly kind of piece. And I think what you need to do after you put some of the chicken broth, you add a little bit of spiciness, a little bit of citrusy from the lemon, and you grab your good bite of rice and pork, and you just eat it like that.
So good, right?
Makes all the difference in the world where the pork is being marinated probably for hours.
They will kill it in the morning,
Yeah.
start slice it, and marinate it, and they just burn it 3 or 4 hours before lunchtime.
The piece of pork have got this kind of layers of fat which is just extremely juicy. Then the cassava leaves really change completely the kind of dish, and this kind of extra dimension of flavor. Very interested to try the pig blood dipping sauce. Just dip it like that without adding anything else, just to see what this is all about. Doesn't add any particular flavor. I think it's just a little bit of irony taste, as you would expect. It's pretty nice.
So this is kind of Coke, but it's not a Coke. It's they have a flavor. Like a oil flavor. You will try it. Try first. We share. Produced in Siantar.
Let's try that. It's the most interesting call I've ever had. It's like some kind of herbal medicine aftertaste. Yeah, a little bit lemony as well. It's called badak. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Cheers.
Overlooking the town, Mount Sibayak is an active volcano, offering this beautiful sunset from the hill. The volcano erupted hundreds of years ago, and the ongoing geothermal hot springs continue to be a warm refuge from the cold breeze. The mountain can be climbed, and the views from the top can actually be incredible. And Hendra is the safest dude out there. But there was too much fog that day, so I asked Hendra to bring me back where I belong.
When the sun goes down here in Berastagi, North Sumatra, the atmosphere can become very cold, and then people need to find something to warm themselves. And a very common thing that they do is to eat something they call Bun Trek, which is pretty much like an infusion of cinnamon, galangal.
Couple options you can choose. There's the complete one. It's a Bun Trek, susu, and telur. One glass. The second you can choose is just Bun Trek.
Yeah.
No telur, no milk, no egg, no milk. Okay.
I love the combination.
You love it, the combination.
So they crack a little bit of eggs and then they try to separate the yolk, which is gonna go into the mixture. And the egg yolk and the condensed milk is kinda shaken and mixed. You can see the mixture there boiling in a big cauldron of cinnamon, galangal, lemongrass. So we are ready to try our Bun Trek. Okay, I could have this any day. You can really feel like the strong taste of ginger and cinnamon and black pepper in the back of your throat, and it's almost a little bit like burning, but in a good kind of way. Very warming, very soothing. And I'm very happy that I put the condensed milk because it makes it creamy. Okay, I was looking at all those curries and I couldn't resist. I'm gonna have what's called asam manis, which is basically like a sweet sour fish. So it's basically fish like cooked in pineapple and onions. So they also brought a little bit of a soup. I think it's kind of chicken flavor. I can smell it. It's warm.
This one is kapulaga.
Kapulaga.
This one is
Spring onion.
yeah, spring onion and celery.
Which kind of goes into the rice. No eating with spoon here.
For sure, right?
Okay, my sweet and sour fish has arrived. It's covered in sauce. You can see the chilies, so sweet peppers, the onions, a little bit of side of vegetables as well.
Long bean.
So you wash your hand in the small basin that they provide, and then you just feast. We're just gonna pick a big piece of this fish, take a little bit of the rice, and yeah, hopefully I'm doing this right. The fish is crispy. It's probably like barbecued or something. Or there are bones in it. But it's pretty tasty. Still quite spicy. Not very sweet actually. Let's grab some of this fish. Get it into the flavored rice. So the rice has been flavored with the soup. It's kind of chicken flavor.
Hey man.
Sin creeping down my skin. I can feel it spreading.